should be a fun one, let me tell you. Qualified 11th for the race. We're going to start 11th. This is championship here with Matt DiBenedetto. Joey Logano will be on the pole for this one. I tipped the champion in the Monster Energy Cup Series for 2019. Green flag in the air for the final time this season.
Stay low. Still there.
Quickly off the restart, taking it 3 wide, now 4 wide into turns 3 and 4. Slight contact now with Chase Elliott as we got real tight up the racetrack all of a sudden.
Got one down low now.
And a huge swarm here and a huge pack of cars. Look at that, 3, 4 wide still at the conclusion of the first lap.
Still there.
Oh, slight contact now with Alex Bowman in the middle of turns 1 and 2 as we're running 3 wide there. Going to be pushing hard, but at the same time.
Car there on the outside. Top 3 using
Oh, slight contact with Bowman again. Bowman gets loose. Can he save it? He is into the wall a little bit.
Inside.
He is all over the racetrack, but he is going to be able to hold on to it. It looked like he lost a lot of spots though in the process.
Still there. Still there.
The big closing right there on the 2 car of Brad Keselowski had to try to stay off his back bumper.
Hold that line, driver.
Loose there into turns 3 and 4. We're going to run the top side of the racetrack the majority of the race here tonight. Kyle Busch out in front right now. Of course, he was eliminated in the... Or sorry, he was not eliminated in the last round. He was in the championship 4.
Careful.
Obviously, with leading this race, he is leading the championship right now. Of course, like I said, Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin will be the other 2 drivers that we will be competing with for the title tonight.
That was a better lap.
Better of the 4 finishers will be the champion here. The 3 Toyota drivers.
Stay low,
2
stay
of
low.
them.
Alright, you're clear there.
2 of them are Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. Then we got the Bob Levine
Still there.
team here, the Levine family
Clear
racing
all around.
team. Currently up into the 3rd spot already in this one. One of the better qualifying efforts though that we have had all season long. A good start here to this race weekend. Second video on this channel today. Of course, we had a 2020 NASCAR predictions video earlier on.
Still there.
Highly recommend watching that. Way down to the inside. Kurt Busch went to the top side up against the wall. Slide job now coming out of turn 2. We are going to clear Kurt Busch for 2nd. He isn't even going to be able to try a crossover move because we're going to go down to the bottom and block him off. In turns 3 and 4, we actually ran that corner a little better than him as well. It looked like he got loose on entry to the corner. Looks like a long race though to the side of champion. And not a super long race, it's only 400 miles instead of 500, but still though. All about keeping the nose of that car clean. Got the controller here in this race, of course. Closing in on Kyle Busch. Busch has moved down to the bottom here these last few laps. Now to the inside of Busch going into turns 3 and 4. Battle for the lead, not only in the race, but for the championship as well. He made the pass. Here comes Busch back on the bottom of the crossover move now, but we're going to block him back to the start-finish line. New leader in the race for the first time tonight. It's Matt DiBenedetto on lap 10. Homestead-Miami Speedway here. This was the final year last season in which the championship was held at this very racetrack, at least for the near future. Quickly pulling away from. Of course, for our daily content on this channel, an extra video here, or 2 videos for today, but tomorrow we'll be right back down to 1. We'll have a live stream of a race, not sure which one yet, whether it will be the Truck Series race or the Xfinity Series race coming up next, for whatever track I'm at next in either of those 2 series, but we'll see. That race will likely be with the steering wheel, though, no matter which race I do. Put our first drivers 1 lap down in this race here tonight. Trying to put a deficit, a huge deficit to try and come from behind on for these drivers at the rear of the pack right now in the final race of the season. Because although we have 4 drivers going for the championship and the win, everybody will be trying to fight for the win throughout the course of the day. But remember, Kyle Busch has had a very, very strong playoffs, especially in the round of 8. We had a 4th place finish at Phoenix in the last race. They're taking it 3 wide into turn 1 there to get around both looks like Matt Tifft and Cody Ware. Already 5.5 seconds out ahead in the race lead. We've got a dominant car here tonight. We're going to be the ones to beat, but obviously we'll have to see how the pit strategy will work throughout the course of the day as well. Again, it is a long race, no stages. This will be the final race on this channel, which no stages will be in any of these races. As the next we'll continue the Xfinity and Truck Series seasons we currently have going with stages. Your last 2 seasons, and then last season for the Cup Series that we will start next week. We'll have stages in each of those races as well.
Still there? All right, clear up.
So already we're going to put David Reagan a lap down here. David Reagan and Paul Menard technically in their final career race. Kurt Busch is now overtaken Kyle for 2nd. In fact, Martin Truex Jr. is up to 3rd as well. Kyle Busch now back to 4th. The other 2 drivers are in the top 10 that were racing for the title, but they're not in the top 5 right now.
Careful, still there.
And the whole idea for them is to, for the first half of the race, cut this race into halves. 200-mile race and a 200-mile race. at halfway, if you're on the lead lap, you still got a good shot at the title. But then, I mean, the idea is to pretty much try to progressively get yourself closer and closer to the front of the field. And try to make this as easy for ourselves as possible. Big gap now before we catch the next lap car. Truex is up to second. He just passed Kurt Busch. In fact, Kyle Busch is actually sliding back. Tyler Reddick running in fifth currently right now. Good run for him so far here tonight. Nearly going to the race. He's battling Kyle Busch for fourth. As well, Eric Jones is too. And Jones not only gets around Reddick for fifth, but he gets around Kyle Busch for fourth as well. Pushing Kyle Busch back to the fifth spot. It seems like the longer the run, the fall off continues for Kyle Busch. He's now passed by Reddick for fifth. So Kyle Busch is now back to sixth spot on the racetrack. And just over a half track lead on Martin Truex Jr. And even on the short runs here, it seems, granted, we are still on the first stint of the race.
All right, you're clear there.
On these tires, of course, and we have not had a caution yet, but still, I mean, we are in a pretty good go at it right now.
Stay low. All right, you're clear there. You got room, you're clear there.
15 drivers currently on the lead lap. All 4 of the playoff drivers are on the lead lap. Leading the race leader here of Matt DiBenedetto, trying to win his first career championship.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there. Clear low, bud. All right, you're clear.
Big dive to the bottom of the racetrack off the exit at turn 2 here. Hurry up, get past all 5 of those cars down the back straightaway and into turn 3, 3 of which just went 1 lap down. 2 of them were back marker cars, but that's why they were all clumped together. Trying to hurry up, get around those back marker cars. Problem was, is they allowed me to catch up pretty quickly and pass them pretty much without a fight. I think everybody's realizing we're racing for a championship here. Majority of these lap cars have stayed out of our way so far. But I've gotten around them pretty easily. Tyler Reddick, Kurt Busch have been battling for third. Reddick was for a second in the third spot. Be the little team that could, though. Can Levine Family Racing win the championship here and upset on the season? Finished third in the regular season. The regular season champ, Denny Hamlin, is in this race.
Still there. Clear high, bud.
Or sorry, the regular season champ, Brett Keselowski, is fighting for the championship here. Denny Hamlin fighting for the championship. He finished second in points. He finished third in the regular season.
Careful, still there.
Can we get the job done, though? Only on lap 28. Denny Hamlin currently in 11, trying to battle Joey Logano for 10. We're going to try to fit right in between him and Logano right up the middle. We did, putting all of them a lap down. Currently 8 drivers now on the lead lap, and the free pass would go to William Byron if the caution is to come out. Now Brad Keselowski in 8th here just in front of us. If he goes a lap down, that could be trouble for him as well. So Keselowski will go a lap down. 7 drivers on the lead lap. Keselowski is the first driver 1 lap down right now, though. Our goal is to try and catch up to Kyle Busch. We got to catch Kevin Harvick before that, though. Harvick is the next car we'll have to try to put a lap down. He's in 7th right now. Oh, slight contact off of turn 2 there with Harvick. Not exactly how I wanted to do it there. Just got a little loose off of turn 2. Trying to catch the 18 of Kyle Busch now to the inside of Busch off of turn 4. He'll go a lap down, so now 5 drivers are currently on the lead lap. Kyle Busch in the free pass position. All the other 3 drivers are racing for the title, currently a lap down right now, but Busch hoping for a quick yellow here so he can at least get the free pass, get back on the lead lap with ease. Everybody's going to be in for a long day here, though, if we have a lot of long green flag stretches in this one. Got one of our faster cars all season in this one here tonight. Eric Jones now currently a lap down, now trying to catch Tyler Reddick as well. Reddick will go a lap down, so only 3 drivers on the lead lap. And Tyler Reddick is the first driver a lap down with Eric Jones right on his back bumper trying to catch him for the 4th spot. Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch. So look at Kurt Busch trying to go right up the middle in between 2 lap cars. And he's going to get through both of them, and that... Wow, Truex still stuck behind him, though. Truex losing a lot more time than Kurt Busch did. Here comes to Benedetto. He's coming on quick here. Truex in danger of going a lap down this lap. Now quickly down to the inside. Truex thought about blocking, and he thought better of it. He comes back up the track to stay out of the way. Now Kurt Busch caught behind the lap car of Ryan Newman. And we have lapped the entire field now as we just passed Kurt Busch, the 2nd place driver on the racetrack. Unbelievable.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there. All right, you're clear.
Not a lot of tire wear here at Homestead-Miami Speedway as well. We'll have to see if we can make it through a full field run, though, without having to change tires at all.
You got room. You're clear there.
Cannot believe in the first 34 completed laps of the race we put everybody a lap down already. We didn't even start on the pole. We didn't at 11th in the race. We were up to 7th after lap 1, and we're just gradually getting towards the front. And on the 9th completed lap of the race, we took the lead. We've led every lap in dominance since. I don't think anybody saw this coming here at the start. And that includes myself. Martin Truex Jr. is now up to second. He passed Kurt Busch a few laps ago, so Truex is in the free pass position. We don't have this race on lock by any means, neither do we have the championship on lock. Obviously, winning the championship is going to be goal number one in this race, and winning the race will be second. Kyle Busch has worked his way back into the top 5. He's back up to 5th once again. He just passed Tyler Reddick. Reddick, remember, was in 3rd for a short time.
Stay high out here. Clear down low.
Now he's falling back outside the top 5 once again.
Still there. Clear all around. Still there. All clear. You got room, you're clear then. Still there. Bottom clear. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
Slow car on the racetrack, and it's kind of parked there. And it's Brad Keselowski, one of the championship contenders. Keselowski having an issue. Surprisingly, no caution came out, despite the fact he was practically sitting in the middle of turns 1 and 2. That is pretty crazy. He miraculously stayed green. Keselowski now 2 laps down on the racetrack, but once again, that's not the major factor. The major factor is he's going to have to try and limp his way onto pit road. Still don't think he's actually made it on the pit road yet. No, he is not. It's on the apron of the racetrack there off the access road. And finally, Keselowski will limp onto pit road 3 laps down now. On lap 44, again, one of the 4 championship drivers had a problem in turns 1 and 2. And I'm not sure it was necessarily an engine. Could have been a tire for the moment, but he had a decent amount of damage there. Inside of the track, he might have very well slapped the outside wall. Fit right up the middle. That was pretty tight, but we're going to get there.
Clear all around. Stay high out here.
So how about that? The regular season champion here in the championship race
All clear.
falls victim to an issue. Now about 9th place driver Denny Hamlin, he's going to go 2 laps down, one of the championship drivers as well. But at least he's still in the race. Keselowski's still on pit road, either trying to repair damage if he can, but he cannot get back out onto the racetrack. His day and season will be over.
Careful,
He will finish 4th in the standings.
hold your line, got one inside.
A bit of a loose moment there off of turn 2. Luckily we have William Byron clear
Clear outside.
before we had gotten loose.
You got room, you're clear then.
Laps at least. And try to ride it out though as long as possible before we come onto pit road and take a green flag stop. Would be a 4-tire pit
Still
stop.
there. All clear. down the tires, driver. All right, you're clear there.
Even the 7th place driver, Kevin Harvick, is now 2 laps down. Again, still the opening run of the race.
You got room, you're clear there.
Almost on lap 50 already. Been a quick start to the race, that is for sure. Well, Busch is falling outside the top 5. He's back to 6th once again.
You're clear.
And now Kyle Busch in danger of going 2 laps down pretty quickly here. And when will everybody hit pit road for a 4-tire pit stop? Remember though, at Martinsville we had a 4-lap lead on Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. And somehow, someway, they fought back to finish 2nd and 3rd in the race. Kyle Busch already 2 laps down in this one. As one of the championship contenders, Truex is not a championship contender, nor was he in the round of 8. When we raced at Martinsville, he was actually eliminated in the round of 12 after a terrible Talladega finish in that round.
See if we can manage our time a little, okay? All right, you're clear.
It's unbelievable. Martin Truex Jr., who is in 2nd right now, is about to go 2 laps down here very soon. Look at how much that right front tire is wearing out on us compared to even the left side tires. The left rear is still at 61%, left front at 48%. A lot of the wear going on that right front tire. So look at that, now we have 2 laps. We just passed Martin Truex Jr. in 3 and 4 this time. We have 2 laps on the field here before we even make our first pit stop of the race. We haven't even had a yellow yet as well. Will we pit this time? Not entirely sure when we are going to pit.
You got room, you're clear there. You got one outside now. All right, you're clear there.
We're going to stay out 1 more lap. So we will not pit this time. We'll pit next time by.
Take care of the tire. You're all clear up top there.
So we will take a 4-tire pit stop here. Try to get onto pit road by not taking the access road this time. See how that works for us. I think it worked out pretty well. We didn't speed onto pit road, so we get down pretty easily. So 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel will be coming. Of course, still a long ways to go. Everybody's going to get at least 1 of their laps back. Maybe both, who knows? They might be back on the lead lap for the short time. Going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to hopefully try to cycle through all these pit stops. We will for sure hold on to the lead though as we come off of pit road onto the access road. And now back up onto the racetrack. Kurt Busch is currently in second. Back on the lead lap is everybody right now. So we're the first ones to hit pit road. Therefore, we're going to have a lot fresher tires than the rest of the field until they come onto pit road. So maybe they could get lucky, get a quick caution, get back on the lead lap, and that includes Kyle Busch right now.
Stay low, stay low.
Isn't that much further ahead of us. Oh, heavy lap traffic here. 3 wide just in front of us with really nowhere to go. Switch lanes in the middle of the corner to the outside. Had to hit the brakes a couple times. It's going to cost us time here, but we're going to be coming on Kyle Busch pretty quickly. Yep, Busch is going to go a lap down. Will he get the free pass? It doesn't look like it. Nope, he's got a couple cars to pass here just to get the free pass position right back. And a lap car in between them as well. 3 drivers on the lead lap, 210 to go still. Of this race, will we run under green before we get our first caution? I don't think we're going to run caution free here in a championship race. In fact, the 2019 championship only had 2 cautions the entire, or sorry, no, 1 caution. They had 1 caution the entire race. It came in the second stage. That Hunter Nemechek went for a spin after blowing a tire. Yeah, that was the only caution that night. Last November.
Clear high. Got 1 outside now. You got room.
We're at a lap on the entire field though right now, and at least for Kurt Busch's sake, being in second place, currently in the free pass position, if a caution comes out while he's 1 lap down, can at least get their lap back. Go from there. 62 laps on a full tank of fuel. Currently, right now, we are on lap 60. They are a lap down as well, though, so we could probably run another lap. A couple laps before they have to pit. Truex now up to second. And he's been running pretty good late in the season.
Still there? Got 1 down low now. Road clear. You're all clear up top. You got room. You're clear there. You got room. You're clear there.
Green flag pit stops going on right now. We were the first driver to pit. We have fresh tires compared to the rest of the field, about 5 to 10 lap fresher tires.
Alright, you're clear there.
Interesting to see how they stack up. How everybody will cycle through coming out of the pits here. He's right back to being 2 laps down once again on the racetrack.
Stay high up here.
We still have not had a caution yet in the race so far tonight.
Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to be pitting.
Truex Jr. just coming off the pit road as we're just exiting turn 4. Kurt Busch has just passed Truex. He pitted the lap, 2 laps prior rather. You can see Truex on the access road up above here. He lost a lot of ground compared to where Kurt Busch was. Eric Jones, in fact, up to 3rd now. Truex, well, at least trying to battle it out with him for the time being. Laps to go.
You got room, you're clear there.
Just reached lap 68 in this one. On those fresher tires right now. Once again, about 5 to 10 lap fresher tires than what I've got. Been faster down the straightaways because I've been running a little bit higher of a line than him, but we're just now finally starting to catch him. It's not going to pull up in front of us to block us, so Harvick will go 3 laps down on the track now.
Alright, you're clear there. Hold your line, got one inside. All clear.
Busch is currently in 6th, but he is way ahead of where we're at right now.
Car there on the inside.
Finally clearing Harvick off of turn 4.
Stay low. You got room, you're clear. Stay high, stay high. Alright, you're clear then.
So the in-car cam for the first time so far tonight with 197 laps to go on the season for the Monster Energy Cup Series. Here on NASCAR Heat 4, our 2019 season is finally about to come to an end. Been a long season for sure. Doing the full length of every single race. It has been fun though, that is for sure, as Ty Dillon blowing up going into turn 1 now, and that will bring out our first caution of the race. On lap 70 we get our first yellow of the race. Sorry, lap 72 we get our first caution of the race here. And we're going to have pit stops under yellow, it looks like. Looks like 4 tires here. Free pass will go to Kurt Busch, who was 2 laps down. He will now be 1 lap down. Everybody else came on the pit road as well.
Has the green flag.
We're going to hope that we don't spin the tires here. We'll control the restart. Green flag back in the air here at Homestead. 193 laps to go.
Outside.
Side by side, and now we're going to, in the middle of turns 1 and 2, clear Martin Truex Jr. Truex actually came in behind us, and then quickly moved up the racetrack because of hard charging Tyler Reddick is trying to move up into third as they're now side by side right behind us, fourth position. Just running my own race right now. Tyler Reddick going to get one of his laps back, at least for the time being, but now crossover move by Benedetto down to the inside. 3 wide through the middle now as Eric Jones is going to split to the bottom, and here comes Kyle Busch. Still 3 wide, stuck in the middle of the racetrack. Cars on the inside and outside. It's a Joe Gibbs Racing sandwich. Slight contact now with Truex. And that's going to allow Kyle Busch to get on by on the bottom. We are still 3 wide. Contact now with Harvick down on the inside.
Careful, still there.
Getting a little dicey here on the shorter run as we ride through all these different camera angles at this point in the race.
Stay high, stay high.
Back down to the inside. Big bold maneuver here to get to the inside of Harvick into turn 3. Trying to set us up. Big slide job now to pull up in front of him. But here comes William Byron now on the bottom of the racetrack. So Byron is there. We run the outside through turns 1 and 2 here, trying to get some sort of speed going for us. Get the straightaway speed again. Oh, side by side, a little loose off of turn 2. And there was more contact, that time with William Byron. Accidental, of course. And now we're going to sandwich ourselves right in the middle, 3 wide, going right in between Truex and Byron once again as we slide up to the outside of the track. Truex is going to slide back into the bottom, as well as William Byron. Great battle going on right now. Kyle Busch currently 1 line down on the racetrack. Truex just staying on our right rear corner panel, trying to side draft us now down the back straightaway. I'm going to pull up in front of him here before we get into 1. Block him off, but we kind of missed our corner there, so we tried to run the inside. Somehow still going to stay in front of Truex though. Somehow, some way. Does seem like those cars that are currently 1 lap down have gotten a little faster since the start of the race. That is why they're only 1 lap down now instead of 2. Once again, still a long ways to go, but Coach Yellow and Kurt Busch is right back on the lead lap, and we'll have to see how everything else stacks up behind. Everybody came onto pit road under that first caution of the race that we had on lap 72. Again here, still riding along with the in-car camera, hoping for another long green flag run like we had at the start of the race. We keep having those. I think we'll be fine, no matter how the cautions flies in. We have a decently sized green flag lap, as far as the championship is considered, of course. Then again, Kyle Busch is there. Trying to battle back now with 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. To the outside, Kyle Busch into 1 and 2.
Still there.
We are in the Pro Core number 95 car. Vine Family Racing, we will get on by Kyle Busch. And remember, Kurt Busch is in the free pass position. If the caution comes out, Kyle will still be 2 laps down. He's going to need a string of a couple back-to-back yellows at least once in this race if he's going to want a good chance to win this title at this point with being 2 laps down. He did about all he could do there on his own, but he just does not have enough, at least right now, to hang with.